Thanks so much for your time. You attended the dawn service there at the Hampton RSL this morning. What was it like?
Fantastic to see the turnout despite the cold conditions this morning. We must have had around 2,500 people show up, so really pleasing to see people of all generations, all ages show up and give their thanks this morning.
Yeah, it really struck me this morning when I went to the Bondi dawn service. And this is Hampton, by the way, this morning, these pictures that you're seeing. But there's so many young people and the crowd does not seem to diminish year after year. Would you agree, Terry?
Absolutely, and I think it's important that the younger generation sort of, I guess, giving their thanks to those that have come before them. And it's important for their families to share their stories as well. But also, I think it's important that the veterans are connecting and remaining part of that community and I guess sharing their experiences so that they're not lost.
Young people, not even young people, most of this generation can't even get their heads around what it's like to have served in World War One and World War Two and the conditions in which our Anzacs fought. But we have served in wars like Afghanistan, Vietnam. As I mentioned, you're a veteran of Afghanistan. There has been a focus on how we've kind of failed our veterans in years gone by. And we see a lot of people wanting to mark and respect soldiers like you today. Do you feel that? Is today a day of solemn reflection for you? What is it? Explain it to us.
It is certainly a day of reflection, and I think it's very encouraging to see that people are making the effort to show up at the dawn services. It is a very early start, and for those, particularly in the southern states, the conditions are somewhat challenging. And it is a big effort I guess, make that appearance and also talk to the veterans and ask those important questions about what's it like to be in public service in the name of Australia, and in many cases to put your life on the line as well, and the sacrifice that you have to go through in terms of you may not always have that choice in terms of the occupation that or the role that you serve in, where you get to live, and how you, to some degree, how you spend your time.
For so many people today that we've spoken to, Terry, emotion is so close to the surface, whether they're talking about their own experiences or the experiences of grandparents or parents. That is just so close to the surface. But for you today, I mean, my overwhelming feeling is one of pride for people like you. Do you feel super proud, or are you too humble to say?
For me, it's more three things. For me, it's firstly a day of commemoration. So commemorating those who were not fortunate enough to come back home and pay the ultimate sacrifice. I think secondly, it really is about a day of thanks to those who have served and who continue to serve. And then thirdly, I think it's quite a contemporary issue. It's a day of connection. And for those of us that are veterans, the opportunity to remain connected to one another, to friends, maybe to veterans who have not met one another before, but also that connection to community for those that are no longer wearing uniform, to be part of that community, and to show also to the community that those of us who have put on a uniform, we're still people at the end of the day, and we're all trying to find our own way in this great nation of ours.
Well, Terry, thank you for allowing us to be part of your community today. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.